So we are on to day 3 now of the World Cup of Fragrances round 2. So we're doing our video reviews now. We're down to 18 fragrances. I already did, if you didn't check out the first 2 videos for round 2, there was 4 different matchups. Tobacco Vanille versus Parfums de Marly Herod, Dior Sauvage ELIXIR, Strong With You Absolutely, and then a bunch of other ones from yesterday, Layton, Chanel, Dior Homme, EMPORIO Extreme. And then you guys are voting on it in the community tab, so definitely check that out. Today we have 2 more matchups, and so without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. Again, my name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. You guys know all of that. Hit the subscribe button, it's right below. Real easy to hit. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, all that good stuff. And let's get straight into the matchup. So we're in another bunch of killer matchups here. I mean, it's absolutely unfair. We have the Spicebomb Extreme versus Dior Homme 2020 today. We have the Noir Extreme versus the Most Wanted Parfum, which is my favorite designer fragrance. We have them all going against each other, and it's kind of just sad. I wish they all could win, but they can't. So with this one, I pretty much am already kind of sure who's going to win, because this is the only matchup where they were actually in the same group in round 1, and the one actually blew the other one out of the water. So I'm pretty sure I know who's going to win, but you never know who's going to vote how many votes. So in this matchup, we have Spicebomb Extreme versus Dior Homme 2020. This is the only one that I don't have a bottle or a crap load of decants for, because I'm not a huge fan of the Dior Homme 2020 myself, personally. I like a lot of the other Dior Hommes, just not this one personally. I like to wear it in the morning, but I have 3 decants of it, so I don't really need to get any more than that. And I think if I run out, I probably will buy a bottle. So with the Dior Homme 2020, you get that bergamot, pink pepper, elemi, that Dior Homme DNA that is not the iris DNA. Then you get some ISOE Super, some cedar, some wood, some musk, mixing in there as you get into the dry down. It's more of your woody, musky, slightly citrus opening with that little bit of spiciness in it. That is kind of like your Dior Homme DNA minus the iris. And I kind of do like it. Again, I like enjoying this in the mornings compared to the other fragrances in the Dior Homme line. It's quite nice, and it is much different than the one that it's going against, which is a fall and winter banger. A lot of people in the fragrance community especially love this. In the group that I was testing this to see, because my favorite is Spicebomb Infrared. I know a lot of people's favorites are Spicebomb Infrared, especially my subscribers. With that said, Spicebomb Infrared is actually the second best selling Spicebomb out there, outside of the original. And then you have the last place, even behind both Night Visions, is Extreme. It's the least selling and supposedly on the chopping block to be discontinued, is Spicebomb Extreme. I didn't like it at first that much. I don't really love the powdery vanillas, but with this one, I actually am coming around to it. It is getting better and better more as I wear it. You get that, obviously, that black pepper and spicy opening with a little back touch of a sweetness from that powdery vanilla. As you work your way into the base, that spiciness really does get to be more of a background note, as that tobacco and that vanilla really pull up and become the main focus of the fragrance. And I like the dry down the better part of it. It does add a little bit more of that powder, but the powdery vanilla, like the ARMANI Code Absolu, stuff like that, it has to grow on me. And this one, I actually don't know why I always smell the cap and you can't really smell it. But Spicebomb Extreme, it's great for the fall and winter. It's going to be one, if you do want to get noticed, it's definitely going to project well. Dior Homme 2020 for me doesn't actually have that great of performance. It's like 4 hours. This one I get about 6 to 8. For the first 3 hours, it's actually a pretty nice projector. It's about a little bit over arm's length, and then it comes down to be more of a personal bubble for the remainder. So that's the first matchup. Spicebomb Extreme, which is your powdery vanilla tobacco spicy fragrance, with your Dior Homme 2020, your slightly citrusy, spicy Dior Homme DNA with that ISO-E Super and woods and musk. And now we're moving into the next matchup, which is kind of a scary one. It's actually really scary in my opinion. We got my favorite fragrance, which is Most Wanted by Azzaro, the Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense if you want to be politically correct. And then you have Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. Both of them are kind of in the same category, but this one is more of your gourmand with your cardamom, toffee, amberwood mixture. Really nice. It's a date night fragrance through and through. It's gourmand, but it's a fresh gourmand. That cardamom gives it that fresh spiciness. You get that sweetness from the toffee. You get some ambery qualities. You get that woodiness in the dry down. It's actually a really, really tough decision here. It's a fantastic fragrance. I already know this is my pick personally because I just love the bottle. I love the smell of it. I wear it more than any other fragrance in my collection. So this is definitely going to be my pick. With that said, it's going against another one of my favorites, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, which is actually my favorite Tom Ford fragrance, even over most of the private blends. I just absolutely love it. The opening 5 minutes is a little bit tough for me. It has this spicy, ambery, just real different opening. And then it dries down after about 5 minutes, and this super amazing vanilla comes in. And that vanilla and spice mixed together. There's a lot of other stuff going on, a little bit of aromatics, some lavender and stuff like that, but overall, the vanilla does come through on the cap here, and the vanilla in this is next to none. It is so good. I actually, if you guys want to check out, I did a video of some of my favorite vanilla fragrances, or fragrances that are based around vanilla, and this is one of them. I absolutely love this fragrance. As with the other version of this, the Parfum, it has that bourbon vanilla. It's really good. So we're looking at 2 fall and winter nighttime fragrances that are going to be more of your date night. And then this one, again, you can wear all year round. I can wear this into the spring, but I can't wear it in the summer. They are both fantastic fragrances. I mean, make your pick. Which one do you like better? For me, it's this. For some people, it will probably be this because it does have more of that classy feeling. This one's a little bit more playful, but this one is a lot better for most ages, while this one's a little bit more formal. And so again, these are your 2 matchups for round 2 going into day 3 now. And so we have Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, your kind of classy vanilla fragrance, and then you have my favorite, the Gourmand Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense by Azzaro. So make sure that you go vote for those in the community tab. And then we have a Spicebomb Extreme versus Dior Homme 2020. So again, this voting will be open for a week for these. And then so make sure you go to the community tab to vote for your favorites to move on to the next round, as well as if you haven't voted for the ones from yesterday or the day before, also go vote for those. They will be open now for about 4 or 5 days. And then we have one more video coming tomorrow, so make sure you definitely check that out. Comment below, let me know what your favorites are from these. Even though I know you're voting, it's not going to tell me who's voting and all that. So comment, let me know which ones are your favorites and why. And again, I'll be back with the last video for round 2. So it's kind of crossing my fingers because I know going from the 36 fragrances to 16, it was difficult because they were the top sales fragrances out there. And so bringing it down to 16 or 18 was difficult anyway. And so again, make sure you come back to the video tomorrow, and I'll be back with another one. Peace out.